Giorno, everyone. I need to make myself cozy because we're having bedtime talks. Oh no, you can't see me. Oh. As you probably can tell from the title of this video, we are going to have a cozy wrap-up in my bed. We are on my bed, as you can see. It's been so gloomy lately. It's summer, guys. It's summer. Well, it's supposed to be summer, but it's so gloomy. I don't know what's going on. But I'm in my bed. I'm with my blanket and my tea. Do we need some plushies? Yes, I think we do. That's Rex, and he's my bestie. This month was not the best reading month for me. I got extremely sick. I'm still a little bit sick. I hope you can't see it, but I still feel a little pale and not in my best. Also, I have to be quiet because I think my sister is sleeping. Let's start doing this, okay? Let's start doing this. We need to talk about books. We need to talk about the beauty of words. And I'm excited. I'm always excited. So, I read only 5 books this month. It's not horrible. I still remember times when I read 1 book a month, and that was bad. And 5 also could be better. Look, I have a cup of Cinderella. Cinderella is my favorite princess. I read 2 nonfiction, 1 graphic novel, and 2 novels. So we're gonna start with nonfiction. First, I want to talk about Eat That Frog by Brian Tracy. Brian Tracy, I love this man. I love him. I've been watching videos of his for a long time, and I remember his words, his teachings really helped me when I needed help. There's an old saying that if the first thing you do each morning is to eat a live frog, you will have the dissatisfaction of knowing that it's probably the worst thing you will do all day. Using Eat That Frog as a metaphor for tackling the most challenging tasks of your day, the one you're most likely to procrastinate on, but also probably the one that can have the greatest positive impact on your life, Eat That Frog shows you how to zero in on these critical tasks and organize your day. You will not only get more done faster, but get the right things done. So it was such a short, it's really short, a fun read about how to get things done. You know, how to start your day, be productive, do your thing, get things done properly, and get good things done. Because sometimes we can do things that do not really matter for our bigger goals, if you know what I mean. And I loved it. It was very fun. He writes in such an approachable language, it's crazy. And every time, because in his videos he says a lot, you will be amazed. And every time when I read that line, you will be amazed, I honestly heard his voice in my head, which was very funny. Let me see if I have any cool quotes from this book. It's very simple. It talks about identifying your goals. It talks about your talents and what you were made to do. It talks about your skills. It talks about how you have to prepare before doing things you want to get done. So I can't find any quotes. Oh, okay. We have something about consequences. The potential consequences of any task or activity are the key determinants of how important a task really is to you and to your company. Oh, then we have about winners. Winners are motivated by the desires toward activities that are goal achieving. So yeah, it was very simple, My camera died, but I'm back again. And I recommend that to literally everyone. Not only if you want to be more productive, but if you just want a short, fun, quick read. The next nonfiction that I have read is The Land of Narnia. And it was like a exploration of C.S. Lewis's Narnia books. And it dives into every book in this series. It talks about many things, like it summarizes it talks about characters with many cute informations about C.S. Lewis' life, and in general the creation of Narnia. If you know me, you know that I very much love Narnia, and C.S. Lewis, he's one of my favorite authors. So when I just saw it in the shop, I was like, oh, I'm gonna buy it. And we have really many interesting things about like his life and his inspirations and things he did when he was a child, like writing things, because he wrote since he was very young. And it was just a very sweet book about Narnia and about C.S. Lewis and about other things he did. Very fun. Then I'm gonna talk about comic book, graphic novel that I've read. Finally, I have read the Tea Dragon Society, and I'm so happy that I finally did, because it was such a cute and beautiful read. It's honestly about people who take care of these dragons and how to say it, taking care of dragons and preparing teas out of their horns. Are they called horns? How are they called? Basically, each tea dragon has tea leaves on their horns. That sounds a little bit actually dramatic and dangerous, but dragons are not in pain, I hope. Well, either way, it's about this girl, Greta, and she learns about the art of tea dragon caretaking with other beautiful characters like Hazekiel and Eric. She befriends them and their shy ward, Minette. I really like relationships in this book. It was very sweet. Greta sees how the craft enriches their lives and eventually her own. It was very sweet and cute read about peacefulness and about art and about connecting to nature and creating to people. And I thought it was very sweet. I can't wait to read more by this author, and the drawings are beautiful. The book is divided in 4 seasons, which is very sweet. I really liked it. I love that in the end you also have like the descriptions of the dragons, so you can read about it and choose the one for you. I love it. I love it. Tell me, guys, if you read it, tell me which one would be your dragon. I really like how hibiscus tea dragon looks like, but I think I would like to have peppermint tea dragon the most, because her behavior just sounds important to me. So yeah, that was just such a sweet read, and tell me if you read it, and if you did, what kind of dragon would you like to have? And then we go to fiction. First book that I need to talk to you about is Emily Wilde's Encyclopedia of Fairies. What can I tell you? I don't know. I have no idea. How should I explain this to you? This book is about this female expert on a study of fairies, and we follow her as she goes into this magical land to write her what is it? It's like a research paper about fairies and about magical creatures. Basically, she's a scholar, she's a researcher, and she's writing well, it's technically a paper, but in the end she wants it to be Encyclopedia of Fairies, obviously. And it was beautiful. It was, I don't know where to start. Okay, let's start with writing and just the preparation of the book, because it was so good. You can see that the writer was so prepared and well educated when it comes to the world of fairies. You just could see while reading that she knew what she was talking about, and you know, all the additional information that she gave us, the additional folk tales, the additional research things, they were not only interesting but, you know, research based. And apart from the fact that it was a created world, it's a fiction, it was very well researched when it comes to, you know, actual fairy tales, which I love, because my studies were also about, my field of studies is folklore and fairy tales. I mean, I don't study anymore, but that's what I wrote my paper about. And I just appreciate how beautiful it was when it comes to creating a fantasy book, but also how truthful it was to actual fairy tales and folklore. So it was beautiful. The relationship between the characters, we have Emily, of course, and we have her colleague, her friend from her school. He goes there with her. I mean, he joins her later, and they decide to work on the book together. And I just love the relationship between them. Gave gave me such a house vibe, if you know House Moving Castle, and I liked her as a character. She was very, very likable. She was a little bit egoistic, but like you could identify with her because she was not this kind of perfect kind of woman. She had her flaws, and it was just nice to follow her. The language, guys, don't get me started on language. It was so beautiful, so lyrical. I loved it so much. Gave it 5 stars. And the last fiction that I read, okay, I bought it in an antiquariat because I saw it and I was like, oh, these books are very expensive when you want to buy them in a shop, like not in a shop, online. I don't know why these are so expensive. Like I could not find them anywhere, and I found it so cheap in antiquariat, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna do it for my inner child. And I bought Ever After High, the storybook of legends. Guys, I don't know why these are so expensive online on Amazon and stuff. I don't know what's going on. They're not printing it anymore, I think, but well, either way, I find it so cheap, and I was like, oh, why I'm buying this and I'm reading this. And maybe you know this series. Originally it was a series of animated TV episodes. It was like an animated TV series about children's of popular characters from fairy tales. So in this one we follow the daughter of the evil queen and the daughter of Snow White. We also have other characters like the daughter of Pinocchio, the daughter of Red Riding Hood, and other characters. And I watched the animation when I was younger, and I still like to come back to it. I like coming back to it. It heals my inner child, okay? It feeds my soul with happiness. So I like to come back to the animation, and I really wanted to read the book, and the book is very, very good. When you know that the animation is for children, the book is actually interesting to read, you know? I was not bored reading it. Of course, you know, the language and everything is like very simple, but I still loved it. I think it's perfect for middle grades. I think it's very good for young children, young girls, young boys, to help them discover their identity. But it was also very fun to read as an adult, and I was actually interested in following the characters. And I wanted to read the second book, but it's so expensive. I literally today I checked how much is it, and I was like, I'm going to find it maybe, and then I will show you how expensive it is. But I'm going to look for this book in the same bookstore that I bought this one from, and we will see. But yeah. So, summing up, guys, even though maybe I didn't read many books, you know what I'm saying, maybe I didn't read too many, I think the quality of the books that I read were very nice, because I read about stuff that were interesting to me. The books that I read were good. I enjoyed them all, so I'm actually very happy about this reading month. I thought I would not be when I was thinking about doing this video, but I am. Thank you so much for watching. See you next time. Bye!